Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese snacks and treats. Today we have two snacks to try from Tokyo Treat, and these are both ones where the name kind of says it all, or at least everything that Tokyo Treat is telling me. So first we're going to try, these are our crunchy cheese puffs. That's all they're telling me. They're not telling you what kind of cheese, nothing like that, just these are cheese puffs. Should be interesting. I'm very curious to see how this turns out. We also have, these are our garlic potato chips. Again, that's all they're telling me. Fairly straightforward, both of these. I think they're going to be great. Really looking forward to them. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Alright, starting with our crunchy cheese puffs. Smell interesting. They do smell cheesy. I'm just not entirely sure what cheese it is. Seems like these are rice crackers. They didn't even tell me what they had puffed. Alright, let's see what these are. Okay. They are very small, so it disappears very quickly. It has a nice little crispy crunch, but then it kind of disappears after you've crunched it. Um, for something that's supposed to be a crunchy snack, I would have liked a little bit more to it if it hadn't done the disappearing trick. Um, I, we'd had other snacks that did it where I thought it was fun, but for something that's supposed to be crunchy, like you're supposed to kind of crunch on them for a while, it feels like to me. Maybe that's a personal thing. As far as flavor, there's not a lot of flavor there. Um, there's a slight hint of cheese, but it's not very strong. Um, if they're available, and you're hungry, they're not bad, but I do feel like we've gotten a lot better treats from these snack boxes and from Tokyo Treat. I know we've gotten better. Uh, Personally, I would recommend giving that a pass. Like I said, it's not like it's bad. It's just not great. If it's there, go for it, try it. But I certainly wouldn't seek it out. So moving on to our garlic potato chips with our evil bad potato chip. I am so curious about this. I smell garlic, I smell something else in there too. So I'm gonna get like two potato chips right by the opening, but one of them is a lot bigger than the other. I feel like it smells a bit more garlicky now that it's out of the package. I don't know how well my camera is picking up, but there are definitely a lot of flakes of seasoning on this. It also looks like, so we talked about this on the channel in the past, but if you're new, hi, welcome, thank you for joining. Or if you just haven't happened to see any of our previous potato chip episodes, there are two different types of potato chips from Japan. You have the ones where it's sliced from a potato, and then you have ones that are more like Pringles, where the potato is put into a mash that is then formed into the chip. This seems like it's the first, and I have to admit, I love Japanese potato chips, so I'm very excited to see that is the first because those are some of the best potato chips I've had in my life. Texture-wise, grease-wise, then it becomes a matter of flavor, and it does look like it is one of those, which has me feeling very optimistic about these. Alright. Alright. Not what I was expecting. Not in a bad way. Definitely very good. So, texture-wise, it's what I love in Japanese potato chips. It's nice. It's crunchy. There's oil, but not a ton of oil. It's not like it's super greasy. It is like perfect texturally. Flavor-wise, there's definitely garlic in there, but there's some other flavors. I'm not entirely sure what is in there. I think there's some seaweed, and there's something else. If you enjoy Japanese food, a lot of like those kind of flavors, the umami flavors that kind of blend together, you might really like them. Like there's definitely the garlic, but there's also some other flavors in there, and it just makes me think of that really good, just kind of Japanese food flavor profile. And I like it a lot. This is really good. This is the kind of flavor for why I enjoy eating so much Asian and particularly Japanese food. These are really good. If you enjoy Japanese food, you might really like the flavor of these. And if you're a fan of Japanese potato chips in general, would definitely recommend. Like I said, they don't differentiate linguistically between the two different types of potato chips. Where I'm at over in the States, Pringles are actually not legally allowed to call themselves a potato chip. They call themselves potato crisps. Um, Only if it's sliced off of the potato is allowed to, and this is one of those. These are real potato chips, uh, which I love. I enjoy them so much. Kochu-sama. So to recap, we tried our crunchy cheese puffs, which weren't bad. They just weren't great either. Definitely would not seek them out, but if you got the box, if you have them, if they're there, they're not bad. They just don't really have a lot of flavor. They don't. Which is not the case with these. We also tried our garlic potato chips, and these were really good. They have that lovely Japanese potato chip texture where they're nice and crunchy. They have a little bit of grease, but they're not super oily. And the flavor, just really good, really solid. Highly recommend. These are delicious. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.